You are now locked into the green room. The green rooms. Can you believe Inside the NBA is about to head out, man? I'm hearing that NBC bought out Turner Sports, and so now they got one more year. So then after that, it's gonna be, I think Ernie's gonna stay, and then Chuck, Shaq, I think they're gonna leave TNT, and then Kenny's gonna try to see. I can't believe it because honestly, to me they are the best post game show of like any sports network that I've seen in a while. I think that their chemistry is just like unmatched, honestly.
Unmatched.
I mean, they definitely can be disagreed with us at certain points, but I think they have the great balance because Ernie, he's the narrator, the facilitator of the conversation. Shaq's gonna be hilarious. Obviously, Chuck, he's gonna say controversial things that you don't expect, but a lot of times it's like there's a reason behind it. And I think Kenny, like the professor in a sense, like always prepared, always use these great analogies, which I think Chuck and Shaq are like, they put down as analogies, but sometimes Kenny be cooking with the analogies. Absolutely. I feel as though sometimes they overlook it, but I mean, I think every good run kind of ends at some point, and it looks like it's about to end for them.
And they've been going for a while. I mean, obviously it was like, different players. And then once they got these group of guys, everybody adds to it. Like you said, that's a great point. Kenny's the professor. He's going to be straightforward. He'll joke a little bit, but he's the serious one. And then Ernie is just the facilitator of everything. And Ernie gets funny too now. But I think Shaq and Chuck are great additions as well. So it's gonna be crazy not to see them consistently because Chuck, say he put in his contract where if this goes down, I could go and see something. I could do anything else. But it's gonna be sad because when you think of NBA, you think of those four guys.
Sure.
And they won a lot of.
You look forward to it. You look forward to it every October to see them start it off.
Yeah.
I would literally watch a full pregame show, a 6:00 full pregame show before the NBA season opener starts, just to hear them. And I think like that part of it is just like that's how you know how much people are invested and tuned into them. Like people will literally stay up after the game to watch what those four have to say. And I'm like, yeah, that's a testament to like how many people like hearing them.
Absolutely. And sometimes I wish they did football because out of all these other shows like Undisputed and First Take, like they are better than these shows. They bring such a, not just a comedic aspect, but a firsthand knowledge of the sport. Even Ernie has so much knowledge for the sport of basketball, and these three other guys as well. And it's just different. They bring a different nature to the sport of basketball and media. So them not being together, I knew Ernie was going to stay because he's just most consistent. He's the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs of media personnel. And then obviously Kenny, I think Kenny will stay as well. But those two guys, they do so much outside of sports that they're just mavericks. They just do a bunch of stuff. But I wish they could stay together. Like another network would be like, okay, we'll bring you guys over here just for this. But it's kind of hard with contracts and all this other stuff. But it's a testament again. It's not because of their numbers. It's because of a contract with the network. Their numbers are always good every single year. That's why that's why they keep and stay alive. But hey, it's gonna be sad, bro. But since we're in the green room, the Messengers, man, I feel like the Messengers are about to make a comeback. And I talked to Nick English, and he's so fired up to get back into the Christian walk that he was like, we've been talking for a couple of weeks, and it's refreshing for sure. It's That's refreshing, good. And I just think about like what we were able to do, and not just for our niches, but for the kingdom of God. And again, we're a faith-based, Christian-based podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
And we love the Lord. And the Messengers is one of our rap groups from our my church
from our OG days. From our OG days.
And we got music. We got music, and we were
we got bops.
Yeah, we got some music now. God is and 2-time loser, and it's a bunch of other stuff that we're cooking.
There's some stuff that's in the vault that y'all haven't heard. There's some stuff in the vault. God is and 2-time loser, man.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
I pulled up to the studio. One day.
to the stew, man. But I'm excited. Like, I already got the page up, bro. To release music, just got to get it mission master. I got a couple more songs coming your way. Just trying to be obedient and work on it as God tells me to. And but yeah, bro, I'm excited about the messengers. I feel like we can do so much good for the kingdom. Yeah,
for sure. Man.
Just welcome to the green room. Yeah,
can't wait for that, man. This is where, and ladies and gentlemen, this is where you will hear our post show thoughts. If you guys were wondering, I know the episode just ended, but this is where you hear our post show thoughts. Because so many times, even after the episode ends, we are still talking,
yeah,
and we're like, hey, we should record this. We should put this out there. So some of this content people should definitely hear. I also wanted to mention though, man, like, bro, like yesterday, obviously the video that went out, Diddy and Cassie from 2016, and just such a brutal graphic video. Him going after, chasing her in a hotel, kicking her multiple times, her just looking like she's just running for her life. And the sickening thing is the fact that it was held away that long. 8 years literally. And I know there have been of course, hush money, paying them under the table, and now with the raid happening of his house and all those things getting exposed, now those things are tapes, footage, all that being released, man. But it's just so disheartening that she had to experience that, and monsters like that are just still able to parade around, man.
Absolutely.
It's to me, bro.
Yo, Diddy has always been like a weird dude.
Too. Yeah, you said that too.
Yeah, but this just is the cherry on top, which is terrifying to say that is more than we've already know, and then we see this video and just to show how a coward he is. I know you're saying, well, you just what's called with with the movie character pushing a woman. Nah, bro. It was not the action. I'm talking about the emotion of being angry in a relationship or marriage, not putting your hands on a woman. That's crazy. And then kicking her while she's down, then dragging her back to the hotel room. And that you have so much power and money that you can sweep this under the rug like nothing happened. It's wild.
It's so crazy.
It's wild. And I'm so glad she's able to tell her story now. That a lot of women who are not famous go through this on an everyday basis. Who some are married to law enforcement. If we're going to talk in the green room is basically like barbershop talk, to be honest.
It's barbershop talk at this point, yeah.
Sure. So there's a lot of women who are married to law enforcement officers who are stuck because they are the law and they have buddies who are going to cover things up for them who are going through the same exact thing who cannot tell their story. Nobody will believe them. So this is not just on a celebrity stage. It's like an everyday life stage of women going through this every single day of domestic violence and have no way out, and nobody will believe them. Man, that's so saddening. So saddening as men that we can't protect our women who are so vital to our everyday life. Crazy, man.
And I want to say this too. The people in the industry that aren't calling him out and they've had friendships with him and they aren't speaking out on him, it's a bad look on you too. It's a bad look on you too if you're trying to protect friendships and you're just saying, oh, I was in a picture with him, so I'm not going to say anything. And not like those people too need to be addressed as well, because that's cowardly to not speak up and put down this type of behavior, this just indefensible, inhumane behavior that we saw there, that the world had to see, unfortunately. And it's just, it's sickening. So those people out there too, you got a platform, you should be speaking on it as well. And especially if you were with him and knew him, and, no matter what he can do against you, you have to speak out against something like that, and I wish more people in the industry would, but they're not.
Oh, they were doing it against Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Same energy. Let's get the same energy. Let's come out. So, man, it's crazy.
I wanted to also say, bro, like we're mentioning that movie with the town. The town, and I've heard some comparisons with the town and Heat, and people saying which one is better. I will always say that both are great movies. And I think the town, man, like it's one of those films where it's so Boston. It is so Boston. And when I look at Heat, it is so LA. Like it is so LA when you look at the contrast of it. And I love that scene where, you know, Edie and Vincent, they're out like LA nightscape looking at the entire city. And I'm like, oh man, it's so beautiful how Michael Mann was able to like portray LA and what it was, because it really was a moment in time. But I always got to ride with Heat. I always got to ride with Heat because I can't find, and it's really not just like one of my favorite movies. I think it's just one of the greatest movies that's ever been made. I don't think there's like any like exaggeration with it. We talk about it so much because I truly do love the movie, and I think it's one of the best crime movies and just best movies in general.
Yeah.
But
I
got to give that to Heat.
Absolutely. Two heavyweights, and not taking anything away from Affleck, and I forgot the other guy's name, and what those guys did with Town. Town is a good movie Renner. As well.
Yeah. Renner.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Renner. Thank you. And I forgot the cop's name. He's a big time actor too. Like what John they were able to do with Town, it was phenomenal, but it's just the dialogue, the monologue in Heat, the action, the sequences, how they were able to shoot the fighting scenes, and it was realistic. Like they had to reload. It was so many stuff that was not in movies at that time, because you see somebody who got a clip with 9 bullets in it shoot 50,000 times. Like they were reloading. They were like, it was just so, the sequences for Heat was just dope, bro. And then, bro, nobody knew around them that this was a cop who hunts down people who robs banks. Nobody knew this a dude who had so many scores. He was Michael Jordan of the robbing game. And bro, they're just in a cafe, just looking around, just like having normal conversation. We're sitting here like with 2 normal guys. Like, bro, that is one of the best scenes in cinema history.
Oh, for sure, man.
You can't top that scene. If in the comment section or whatever, if people listen to this podcast, you give me a better scene with that dialogue, the emotion, underlining emotion, you give me a better scene.
And I want to put it out there. I want to put the contrast of, what do y'all think? Do you think Heat is better? Do you think the Town is better? Let us know. We're rolling with Heat. But man, in no way am I putting down the Town, because the Town is exceptional too. I think it's I guess a better question would be this, you know, the Town or The Departed.
Town. For me, if we're going, that's a versus, I'm going Town, because
that Boston element too. So I was thinking that might be a better comparison.
Yeah, but just Town was, bro, the amount of brotherhood that was in that film, and just I don't know, bro. I think Ben Affleck had such a great role in that, and Renner did such a great job. It was just so much. Even in the whatcom scenes, the shooting scenes, the stuff that took it, and then the best scene was when they was about to bleach it, and they looked over, the cop was looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, bro? Give me a scene in Departed that bested that scene.
It's hard to. It's really hard to. I'm gonna tell you this though. Before we head out of the doors of guardrails of the green room, in the street. Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm.
You got Mark Wahlberg,
mm-hmm.
Alec Baldwin, Martin
mm-hmm.
Sheen. It's a lot of heavy hitters in that movie.
It's a
lot of heavy hitters in that movie. I was rewatching it earlier this week, and I was like, having DiCaprio and Matt Damon in the same movie was like almost like having LeBron and Kobe in the NBA Finals. It was like we got 2 titans. We got 2 titans going back and forth at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, It's tough. It's a tough one.
You give it Departed?
I slightly give the edge to Departed because I'm such a Scorsese fan. But The Town, man, The Town is really good. The Town is really good. It's really good.
I think I watched Town more than I watched Departed. And I'm on
honestly be you could actually make the case that it's a more entertaining film. I think that Departed is more of like it may be more technically sound and more like proficient in terms of like the awards it got, but The Town is actually more entertaining. I think that's actually a more entertaining film from the jump.
But and then it's that brotherhood, like we're about to go hurt somebody. You can't tell me, you can't ask me what we're gonna do. You can't blah blah blah. He's like, whose car we're driving? Like, bro. It's so many.
Blake Lively is super underrated. Blake Lively is super underrated, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have to give it to The Town.
Yeah,
Town is Heat versus Town. Got to give it to Heat. Town versus Departed. Yeah, I got to give it to Town.
So let us know, listeners. Let us know what you guys think. Heat, Town, Departed. I can't wait to see what y'all say about that one.
The Green Room.
The Green Room. The Green Room. First installment of it. You got anything else to say before we head out? Because we've been talking a lot. We've been talking a lot today.
Yeah, we have been talking a lot. And I'm gonna hit you with this. If you don't know Lord G-O-D as your Lord and Savior, hit us up. We'll come to Rod City Church if you're in the area. If not, then you can get online and come to the church. So yeah, I want to get
the address right. I want to make sure I get the address right. 1500 West Cervantes Street. I want to make sure 9:30 and 11. Pastor Tyler Burns, Pastor Molina. Yeah, my brother. They do a great job every Sunday, man. It's an open community. Anybody can come in, man. It's a great environment. He's taken over the church really well from my dad. So yeah, man. Absolutely. It's always a great environment.
They didn't pay us to do this either. Like
didn't pay us, man.
Drake didn't pay us either. So.
Drake, yeah. Champagne Poppy didn't pay us. The fact that I cannot that's the one I cannot get over.
I'm surprised we didn't talk about that.
That's the one. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. They say Drake is paying them to change the narrative. I wish he was. I wish
he paid $150,000 for that information, or for us to do that.
Yo, Wellington, Savon, man. I really want to. I'm gonna send the check. No, he's not doing that.
Absolutely,
he's not doing that. He got so many more podcasts he could talk to, bro. That's wild. That's crazy. But we out. We are officially out. Headed out. Wellington's Wise Zone, Safe One's Corner. We'll see y'all later.
Green Room.